Y'all still asking for bottle flip, so I'm gonna hook you up with a bottle flip right here. With a little bit of advertisement in the background. Saks, can you please sponsor me? Do some nice underwear. I like your guys' underwear. Hook me up, please. Ready, here we go. Yo, that was so close, dude. Trying to find a used Mazda Speed is like trying to find the first person to ever live on this planet. You look everywhere and you just can't find the first person that ever lived on the world. I am having mega issues trying to find a Mazda Speed, a used Mazda Speed, and it's not working for me. It's not working for me, and I don't know what videos to make on my car. So today I'm gonna tell you what the first mod on your Mazda 3 should be, because it's one of my most asked questions. So I figured instead of me answering over and over and over again, I'm gonna link you guys to this video if you guys ever have that question, and you guys will be able to watch this video and figure out what your first mod should be. And I'm gonna give you like 3 mods depending on what you wanna learn. Also in the news, if you guys haven't watched my my last video, it's currently at 89 likes. I need 100 likes to get an Evil M tattoo. So like 10 more likes and we'll get that tattoo. I don't know where I'm gonna get it, but we'll figure it out. So let's go outside the car and I'm gonna show you what your first mod could be to your Mazda 3. Yo, update on the beard. It's still not filling in right here. I got an issue. Like, this is fine. I can grow this fine, and then it stops, and then it grows again. I gotta trim. This is pretty greasy now. So I'm having issues, guys. If you have any tips or tricks, let me know. Another day to sit in this freaking hot thing. You're in the Mazda 3. What was your first modification? If you guys watch my How to Mazda playlist, you guys will know that my first mod ever that I did to this car was footwell LEDs. And can I still say that to you guys, would that be your first modification? Yeah, definitely 100%. That is gonna be your first modification that you wanna do this car. Now you guys are gonna argue that it's a modification. Now if you guys wanna know modifications as in engine mods, let me get to that in a minute. But your first modification is gonna wanna be footwell LEDs, and it's a totally stupid idea. It's totally stupid, but it looks really cool at night when you're driving at night, and it kind of glows up to, like, you know, right here, so it's kind of cool. But besides it being cool, this is what I'm explaining to you guys is, besides it being cool, it actually gets you familiar with the inside panels of your car and also wiring positive to negative. So when I started doing this, I didn't know positive and negatives that well. I mean, some people are extremely not smart with that stuff, like I was. Now I can do it, no problem, I understand. You're just kind of scared of blowing stuff up. So I mean, to do footwell LEDs, you need to be able to be comfortable with putting wires in back here, putting wires out of there, and pretty much just getting on your dash, getting familiar with that. So you got to be able to find the wires in there, which makes you have to take this out. This comes off, this piece comes out, this whole piece right here, and this stays there. But basically what you do is you wire it into the cigarette lighter, and that's how you get the power to your footwell LEDs, so that when you turn on your LEDs, power goes. Now you guys are asking, well, how do you get power from this? So this is actually, there's a light in your ashtray, and so basically you just tap into that. I just snipped it off and wired the power into footwell LEDs, and that gave it power. So like I said, you're getting familiar with taking this whole piece off, and this is gonna get you familiar with the rest of the car too. You can take your e-brake handle off. You guys are probably like, oh my god, dude, it's 7, you just solved my biggest issues. I never knew how to take that off. I will make a video on it one day before I get rid of this car, and you guys will love me for it. So I'll get you with that, short throw shifter installation, and then shift boot, shift knob even, not really, but and then, you know, more positive and negatives in there. This goes for doing your remote cable when you're doing subwoofers, so that would come in here too, and you do it to an accessory wire so that your remote for your sub or your amplifier turns on when the car turns on. So that's that, footwell LEDs. First modification for, I'd say, the inside, like I said, just to get you comfortable with wiring, because a lot of the stuff inside it will be kind of wiring, or just taking apart the dash in general. So that's that. Now the second modification Second modification would be exhaust. Why, dude? Why would you? So your modification for engine or outside exterior would be exhaust. Why? It was one of the first things I did, and I love it. It got me used to driving the car, because I'm manual, so it helped me be able to hear the car, because otherwise they're pretty quiet. So I got comfortable with how to drive it. You know where I should shift. I made a video on that as well, and overall it just made the whole driving experience more fun. I couldn't imagine driving this car quiet or stock sounding. It just wouldn't make sense to me because I'm so used to the exhaust. So I started driving this car with the exhaust on it. I never drove it silently, which would be quite the experience. But definitely, if you guys want to just straight up just go for the engine, your exhaust, it's not, I think it might give you a tad bit more power. I honestly can't say, but it does make you feel cool. It does make you feel like you're going a lot faster because you're louder and your car's screaming behind you when you got the foot down, even though you're not going anywhere because it's a Mazda 3. So I'm sorry, but we're very slow. Exhaust number 2, definitely would suggest that. But if you guys don't want an engine modification and you guys want something outside, well, what should I do if I don't know how to do any of probably blacking out your badges. Blacking out your badges is quite a good idea, because that's when people know you're the boss of the street. They know that you the homie, right? They know that your car is gonna look wicked in 2 years from time. What the badges do for you is they get you comfortable with nothing. Basically just painting. They get you comfortable with how you should paint stuff. So if you should plastic dip, if you should paint it, how paint kind of forms and stuff, because you'll be painting a lot of your car, especially if you got a Mazda 3, because there's nothing else to do except paint it to make it look cool. So if you want to paint the inside panels and stuff like that, then you kind of, obviously, you know, some people have experience with paint, some people don't. I didn't. So I went straight into this, you know, learning. A lot of this stuff, like I said, I learned by myself because there's not many tutorials on YouTube about a lot of it. So painting, big thing. That's something you should learn once you get the car. Like I said, all of these things kind of, like I said, I kind of wanted this to help you guys with the car and learn something about it that will help you in the future. So like I said, LED footwell LEDs, you know, it gets you familiar with taking the middle part of your dash or your center console apart, and it gets you familiar with the wiring and kind of where everything is wired to and what it does. The exhaust gets you familiar with driving your car and what it should sound like when you're shifting and everything. And then the badges get you familiar with the paint and how paint forms on, you know, metals and plastics and stuff like that. And also gives, you know, all of this stuff also does good for you as well. And I definitely suggest you guys should freaking do it. So that's a video for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. A lot of short and sweet stuff coming up until we get a Mazda Speed, because obviously I can't spend any money on that car if I do get a Mazda Speed. What does that mean? Oh, maybe I'll get a freaking Honda Civic, because I don't have any options right now to get a Mazda Speed. First modification, guys, keep that in mind. And when you're doing them, take your time, understand what you're doing, understand what you're, like, you know, what you're trying to do. Positive, negative, wiring. Once you're in there, you know, take a look at other things. And, you know, just make sure you know what you're doing. Paint, make sure it's warm out. Make sure it's not super cold. Make sure the can of paint's warm. Exhaust. Even though you're not installing that, you might not install it yourself, which is totally fine. I didn't do mine myself. But even that, like I said, you're learning how to drive the car. You're listening to the car. So much easier. And also you're getting the sound, you're getting the lights, and you're getting cool badges. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to like last video if you guys want me to get an Evil M tattoo. But my name is Dude7. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep on vibing.